Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob. And today I wanted to do a video on to reflect on the last video. And it was suggested to me by several people to start a GoFundMe. And that's what I did. Now, I don't know how GoFundMe works, how I would actually get the money from GoFundMe to my bank account so that I can use it towards what I'm using it for. Basically, this is going to be used towards the house and the house only, if I can find one. I did get a hold of the guy about the other house that I talked about in the last video and that I showed pictures of. And the more he talked, the more I got to thinking that this thing might be a dud. I don't know yet. He said that the roof didn't leak, but it did leak right around where the chimney went up through the roof. So that was a red flag. This is also a investment home. And I asked him to explain to me what that means because I really didn't know what it meant. In other words, they bought it between two people. There's two people that went partnership and bought this place and is basically just trying to flip it. So if they're trying to sell it for $20,000, then that means they probably didn't pay more than $5,000 for the place. So I don't know. There is two neighbors, one behind it, or one beside it, and one on the other side. So there's one house on each side. We are going to go look at it. I've got my cousin who is going to help walk me through this because she's done this before, and she used to work for the bank, or my bank, and she also is the county assessor. So if anybody would know how to buy a house, it would be her. So hopefully me and her will be able to go look at this house next weekend. Now, I'll leave a link to the GoFundMe and hope for the best. I put the link to it in the description to let you guys check it out for yourself. Now, I did put the last video, they asked for a video on it, so I just added the link to the last video I did to for people to see. And it asked for a amount that is a goal, and I put in there $10,000. The reason I put that in there is because there is one house that needs a $10,000 down payment. I'm going to try to stay away from that simply because I want to use that money to maximize my capabilities, if that makes any sense to you. Let's say, for instance, I get to a house that is my best choice and it needs electricity work, which this house, he said, does need electricity work because it's old. So he even mentioned that they had pulled some wiring because it was old. So I'm wondering what wiring he pulled. That raises a red flag for me because most people, when they do stuff like that, they don't know what they're doing, and they end up doing more damage than good. So he did say that they pulled some wiring out of it because it was old, and then the leak around the chimney, he said he plugged it off, or they blocked it off. We don't know how good a job they did. I'm sure they didn't do a Bison job. So I've been looking at the pictures and studying those pictures and looking at every little thing that I can see that could possibly be a problem. Now I do see some sag in some places. The flooring doesn't have any covering on it in some places, so I'm wondering why that flooring was pulled up. So, you know, everything that I see that doesn't look normal, I have to wonder what's going on in the background or underneath the surface. So these are the things that I have to consider. There's going to be closing costs, there's going to be travel costs, there's going to be moving costs, there's going to be repair costs, there's going to be getting electricity hooked up to a cost, there's going to be getting gas put in it, because I think it's LP gas. It does have a place for wood heat, but my body's just not going to allow me to go out in the woods and get wood. There is 1 acre of land on it, so basically it's whatever the house is sitting on is what comes with it. But we're going to go look at it probably this weekend, and hopefully by then I will have found something else to go look at. This will be the first time I ever bought a home. I'm actually feeling myself starting to get a little excited that I'm going to be trying to get my own home. Now I don't know how this is going to work. It's been my experience that things that I want usually never happens. So it's a dream, and it's always been a dream to own my own home, but I was never able to afford anything more than paying rent. Well, when you're paying rent, you're actually paying more every month than if you was buying a house, and I've always wanted to be able to experience that. So we're going to see if I'm going to be able to experience a cheaper, basically, rent. So a house payment's cheaper than paying rent. So I just wanted to do this little short video to let you guys know that I did start a GoFundMe, and if you guys feel that you can, hit the GoFundMe up and show some love, guys, because I sure need it right now. Hopefully in 2 years I'll be in a better situation than what I've been my whole life. I'm 56 years old and I've never owned my own home, and that's ridiculous. I think a man should own his own home. And not to mention, you know, I'd love to be able to hand my home down to my son. And you can't hand down a rental property. That ain't gonna happen. Anyway, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You guys have a good one. Later. Oh, one more thing, guys. I just got this in the mail yesterday from AEA, and it is a Defender air pistol, and it takes 2 shots. It's a 357, and we're going to do a review on this soon. So I got to do the review first, or soon, because I may be packed up and not being able to do anything. So we're making some parts for this, and what I've done for this already is I made a barrel band for it, because this is what it looks like before it's open. The barrels go back inside there, and I was asked by AEA Northeast, Pete, and he asked me to make a barrel band for it. So what I've done is I've made this barrel band that slides in and goes around the barrels, and it takes some maneuvering to put it in. I need to chamfer the holes so that it kind of walks into the barrel. It's a work in progress. So it just goes in and it's got a flat raised edge on the side to keep it from going any further. And I'm gonna have to reprint another one. Right now this one's the test piece. Basically what I'm going to do is put a little tit there on each side so that when it goes in it snaps into place, and then when you go to pull it out you have to pull it out a little bit harder. That way it won't come out on you. It ain't gonna come out on you anyway, but just an added little ball tent. I got one on there, but apparently it didn't go big enough. So oh, I see what happened. That probably would have worked, but we'll get with that later. I'll do a full review on this and let you guys know what we got here. Anyway, again, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You guys have a good one. Later.